Have you ever asked yourself the question, how long would it take to end an attack in the street if you were possibly at risk, or if someone was trying to victimize you or attack you? Let me clarify something for everyone as it relates to fighting. What fighting is not. What fighting is not is an individual, man and woman, male, female, that goes out into the world trying to prove a point to someone that you are the toughest thing on the block, or that you are great as a fighter. What's the reason? Why are you behaving in this manner? At best, you are showing how ignorant you are. Why would you want to hurt another human being for no reason at all, or just because you think that you can? Fighting is taken out of context when we look at things like this, or fighting in this manner. Of course, it's a fight when you have two individuals throwing blows, as it were. Let's look at it from the standpoint of you protecting yourself. Not if you are the instigator, not if you are the individual that initiates the situation or the confrontation. We should be trying to avoid confrontation. We should be trying to avoid a fight. So, with that said, make very certain wherever you are, whenever you're out in the world, that you walk circumspectly, as if today could possibly be your last day. You need to learn how to get along with your fellow man. Anything else needs to be taken under consideration. Why am I doing this? Why am I causing trouble, strife, debate with whomever? So, when it comes down to self-defense, for real, you want to be able to walk away from the situation that you did not create. You want to be able to walk away and go home safely to your loved ones. So, how long should that take? It's based on your training. And yes, I did say that even for the person who does not study martial arts, if you're just a plain Jane, plain Joe, an average person or citizen that has not trained in any form of martial arts, even self-defense must be practiced. It should. And it should be practiced as close to reality as possible in order to yield the proper benefits and give you the optimal chance of walking out safely of that situation that is. So now, if it takes you several minutes to get away from a fight or a confrontation, something's wrong with your plan. First of all, avoid places where you know violence is highly escalated as far as the possibility is concerned. Now, if you just cannot avoid a confrontation with an individual or even two or more, make sure take a stand. Make sure if there's someone standing around, you tell them to alert the authorities. Doesn't take anything away from you, doesn't make you a punk or coward. It means that you're preserving yourself for another day. So if that's not available to you, if you don't have any friends or some bystanders around that are willing to call the police or even aid you, and you have to stand it alone, stand firmly on both feet and go for what you know as far as what you have trained in. And I did say trained in. Even the average person listening to me, you must train on your self-defense. It has to be quick, it has to be effective, and for it to be effective, you have to hit in vital targets on the body. The nose, the eyes, for example, the throat, the groin on men and even women, the ribs. You need to get some basics and or some fundamentals. So the quicker you get done with the fight, the more safe you're going to be, and you can walk away. You don't want to end up on the ground if you can help it. But again, learn some basics from standing up fighting to ground fighting. You don't want to stay on the ground. You want, as soon as you hit the ground, learn how to fall, learn how to get back up quickly, strike to the vulnerable targets on that person's body again, and get away. You don't need to stay there. These are just some things to ponder, some things to think about as it relates to self-defense. So I'm going to do another video and talk more in depth about the the approach to street fighting for the person that's truly a novice and is not a martial arts expert, or a person who's trained in the martial arts, or maybe even a police officer and so forth. So the average person, just because you haven't been accosted, just because you haven't been attacked, just because no one has ever threatened you, doesn't mean that it won't happen. It happens every day to someone. And what's to say that you won't be the next one? That was it, and that was all. This is Grandmaster Stroud, brother teacher. See you next time. So long.